Hey guys, uh, I've done a lot of games against Crazy Stone at different levels, trying to get certain perspectives across. But we know there's a big difference between a bot and a human. Um, and here we are playing a human. I'm black. We're playing at the 4Q level. So for me, I'm thinking like someone stuck at 5Q. What should they be thinking? Well, what am I going to look at in this game that they're not looking at? What am I going to play that they're not playing? That's kind of the perspective I'm looking at here. Okay, on the Blackstones. Now, as always, I'm supposed to win this, but that's not the point. The point is, how does one think through in a manner that you, as 3 to 5Q, should be able to do comfortably? Anything's fine, right? Any corner, anything I want, I simply choose here. Did you notice that? He didn't honey. Well, the proverb tells us 3 in a row is not enough, so I hurt his position. So I'm hurting his position. I'm helping my position, and he can hane here, right? So I'm being submissive. So when he plays here, I'm doing the opposite of being submissive. So big difference in character of moves. Also, when he hanes, what's happening to the top of the board? I don't like it. It's nothing. What if I play it? Ah, I'm growing it. See the difference in character? Huge. Now, if my 3 stones, the 3 A stones, were weak, I wouldn't do this double hunting. For instance, if it's my move here, I don't think I'm going to double hunting. I don't have many liberties back there. And white has a lot of extra thickness. Well, but that's not the case. He's got a weak position. I don't have a lack of liberties. So double hunting. He ignores. So the 3 moves come to mind. And I'm actually torn at first, I want to punish him immediately. I want him to die. I want all this. I want all that. But finally got my sanity back. Simple Atari, connect. Greatness for black. Position, right, top, center. White, about to die. So big difference. He doesn't defend. If you're 3Q, 4Q, defend. I come on in. One thing we notice here is the ladder works for me, right? Comes in. I can be aggressive here. Okay. What I might need to do, save my cut. What I want to do, come down, surround him. But what about the cut? Well, first, ladder doesn't work for me because Atari. Okay, so I don't have him in a ladder. Well, so I was about to play A, right? Because the ladder works for him. And I'm like, well, wait a minute. If I can play this, now this is a key thing when you're reading out. What do you read out? Well, quick read says, well, I better play A. Well, if I can play B, I sure would like to. He's nearing death. Well, then if I can find an answer to his cut, I'm playing it. What's the answer? I can just get out. If he tries fighting, well, I mean, I, I'm not that weak. So I came down. White, black, white. And now, shall I leave the left thinking, I still have this move? No, because before, when we're thinking about him cutting, part of the equation is he has a very weak egg group that's near death. But now, if we think about him cutting, he doesn't have a weak group near death. It's a big difference. So I come back and fix. Oh, Atari first, then fix. Now, a little pause here. Let's look at white to play. As always, we first think of our own problems. Our B group as white, alive. C group, pretty weak. No base, nothing to attack, weak. D, not a group. Well, is it important? No. Black's A group is so solid, so out, the idea of attacking it's downright silly at the moment. Therefore, we're going to be defending our C group. Plays here, apparently attacking. Okay, my move. I went here. Let's look at why. If white plays here, what's black going to do? Let's start with one possibility. No problem. I'll live in the corner. Great. White just got a base on our dime. His G18, that move, he got for free. That's an important base move. What did I get? 2 more points than I had, 3, whatever. It's just not fair. And then we have things like, well, if he plays here and I start attacking instead, sure, I might be able to find a way out of this. But why bother? With this one move, he's got no sente against me. He can't get a base. Thank you very much. He's extremely weak with no redemption in sight. So pretty big character difference. Then where to? I don't recall. I have a guess. Is it? Yeah. Okay. When I first look at this board, as I'm showing you, I'm thinking, well, how's my A group? I'm sort of kind of behind the BC line. Well, that's kind of a fantasy. That's one long wall that he can't connect through, and I'm way thicker than him. It's just a falsehood. Well, if I'm not attackable, then what would I do? I would take away his long knight's move. So it makes sense. Now, one benefit that a lot of strong players, it's kind of like cheating. Our local 9 Don, Chris, he cheats because he can read out like a bot, right? Well, that's not fair. And here's a tool. I know some Joseki. I don't know a lot of them, but I know enough to get out of, I can maneuver. You might not be able to do that. So perhaps 4Q can't do that. So black, white. Interesting. Is that a serious attack on my group? Now, something may have just happened that is not necessarily good. And that is, I'm noticing white's plays, and they're not very good. So white A, in the hands of someone that's not playing very well, I'm not concerned about. Well, what if I'm playing a 9-down professional and they play A? I'm probably going to respond. So perhaps I responded based on the person, what I've seen so far, versus the actual move. I fall into that commonly. I mean, you see your opponent, and he's like, what's he thinking? So you feel more freedom. Okay. So I went this way, and I went that way. Now, is that sente? Maybe not literally, but if I ignore, I'm down to almost no points. No, I don't want that. So I press again. And just to double check my math, is that sente? No, that's not sente. Of course not. It's whatever. Do whatever I want. I don't care. Okay. Then I come out. Well, if this is an important move now, then it probably was an important move back then. Yeah, so maybe I played according to the person. My apologies. Where do I come out? What will I be playing in response to? If the answer is, which it's not, in response to the weak A group, I'm going to go this way. But that's not a weak group. So this stone isn't doing anything. Instead, he has a weak top group. Oh, playing according to that. Sure. Back off. Oh, this is me being cute. This move comes to mind. I'm absolutely strong, and it's sente. But I can capture this anytime I want. If that's true, am I weak or strong on top? On top, I'm strong on top. I think I'll capture that stone. Thank you. But aren't you afraid of this? Well, first, that's not. Let's say it was sente. No, I'm not afraid. Should be able to live comfortably here. Anyway, so I went this way, and then we're back here. So a lot of mid-Q players here will immediately push and start threatening something. But let's take a look at what that would result in. First, we'll look at this. Aha, we picked up 4 whole points. Yeah, but white's absolutely alive now. This is bigger for white than it is for black because we got life. Okay, then we'll come out this way. Okay, now what are you going to do? Your group on the left is getting weak. Are you going to finish this job and let white come through? Well, that's dangerous. In other words, this black push doesn't have anything to do with anything. So my concern is this gap, which is fairly close to some thick white stones. And I don't know what's going to happen up there. If I start fighting and his thickness gets better, I could get in trouble here. So this is pretty much me asking a question. If here, actually that's game. I didn't realize that. I just put those moves down now, but that's what actually happened. So I'm leaving one Blackstone weak, A, as I'm securing my ABC relationship. And if he says, you fool, you shouldn't have done that. Well, I think maybe he's the fool and his whole top is simply disintegrating. Okay. So I know this is thin. I'm offering him to try to mess with me. He says he wants to. I say, go ahead. Plays this way. White is 4Q. 4Q is thinking, you know what I want to do with my thick walls? I want some points. It's not what you do with walls. You fight with walls. You allow your opponent to come nearby because it doesn't affect you much. So this is just wrong on all sorts of levels. Force him to take it, threaten the cut. He says, okay, lets me in. It's amazing. Look how weak he's playing. Now, thank goodness I took his name off, or else I'd get sued for slander here. But I thought, well, what I want here, I'm deciding, I'm investing all this energy into the B group. But I've got a bunch of knights moves at C and D and E, and it's all. I feel somewhat trustworthy, but it's still weak. So I'm seeing A and B as two separate groups, which is an overstatement. But if I catch this in a ladder, then I could care less if he cuts me because I'm alive on both sides. Okay, sure, just finish her up. Just the center now is so strong for black. Did some thinking, remembered some Giuseppes. I played Giuseppe. Sure, take my time. Don't get weak in order to attack. Abusing him for not finishing Giuseppe. I can capture the stone. Okay, no problem. He's pretty weak on the left. Thank you. Now you're weaker on the left. Don't just blindly follow some Giuseppe you know. This could get you in a world of hurt. On this board, there's more white stones in this area than black. I can't get overly aggressive, so just don't get cut. Sente. And then there's that spot I'm looking for. And come on up. This threatens to cut through his knight's move. I'm living. It's all one side. Oh, there you go. Oops, you died. Yep, you'd be dead. Nope, you got it. A little bit of reading, kill him. A little bit of reading, kill him. Yep, not a problem. Kill it. Okay. The A stones are dead, which means the B stones are alive. The B stones and the C stones are the same stones. They're all one group. Conclusion, D's dead. Okay. White hasn't resigned, so we have to keep playing. His E group, he just played on his E group. That's one weak group. But I thought I'd start here. That's just weakness all over, right? All right, double Atari, thank you. May as well capture that. On capture. Maybe not immediately, but clearly there's nowhere he's going. Just walk through. Dead, dead, dead. Tari, threaten, surround, right? More dead stones. Oh, quick little Tari and then fix, which is not necessary, but I'm doing it anyway. And he resigns there. So you got to see some weak play by White. Why was White playing that way? Well, he's 4Q. I'll pretend you're 4Q because I don't know who you are. And you follow the black stones, and so at some point, if this was a really long game for you, lots of time on your clock, lots and lots, gobs of time. So something about this board some principle you wouldn't see. Would you not see your weakness? Would you not see his weakness? What did I play that wasn't fundamental that we all know? Hopefully near nothing, and that you can simply play strong if you wish to. Okay, guys, catch you later.